Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. When it's Tuesdays, I'm on Tumblr. So if you asked your questions on Tumblr using the hashtag KatieFAQ, I found them. And I have 3 today as well as a journal topic, so you want to stay tuned for that. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First question. Hey Katie, do you think it's bad to follow Tumblr blogs that make posts about how depressed they are and just post depressing things in general? I like to look at these because I can relate to the post and it makes me feel like I'm not alone. Makes sense. But at the same time, I feel like it's perpetuating my depression, only making it more real and prominent in my life. I thought this is a good question, and I get a lot of questions around like watching videos, listening to music, watching documentaries or movies or TV shows or whatever that kind of showcase / talk about something that we're struggling with, whether it be depression, anxiety, eating disorder, self-harm, whatever. And so I thought this is a good topic to talk about. And I think it's different for every person. But I would encourage any of you who find yourself spending a lot of time on blogs that talk about the issue that you're struggling with most, I would encourage you to try to find recovery blogs based on those, because there are a lot of them. I know even within our community of, Kati Morton video watcher people that there are tons. I can think of like 5 or 6 people that have told me recently that they're creating blogs about it. So I would encourage you, post on my wall or share on my Facebook or some, put something up and be like, hey, Kati Morton people, does anybody have a blog to help with recovery with blank? And chances are we probably do. So I would encourage you to seek that out, because the thing about watching stuff that is kind of perpetuating the problem, it doesn't actually help us get out of it. Yes, it can make us feel not alone, but so can the groups of people who are trying to work on recovery and helping each other. And hop on my website, KatieMorton.com, get in the chats, the forum, start talking to other people about what you're struggling with, because you'll find through that you're not alone there either. And those people are all on, including myself, we're all there to help support you and help you navigate your own recovery, because we know it's a process, not perfection, right? But anything that's kind of perpetuating our problem and making it just worse or just hang around for a longer period of time isn't good, right? So yeah, that's my answer to any of those things, whether it's blogs, videos, documentaries, books, anything like that. Okay? Question number 2. Hey Katie, is self-harm always associated with BPD or depression? BPD meaning borderline personality disorder. I thought that was a good question. In the DSM, yes. I cannot technically diagnose someone as a self-harmer. That's not a thing. If someone has borderline personality disorder, I can put under there like that they are a self-harmer, because it's under that diagnostic criteria that they self-harm. That's the only part of the DSM, which is so stupid, that shows self-harm. It doesn't talk about self-mutilating or self-harm anywhere else in the DSM on its own. Like, it's not its own diagnosis. So technically speaking, diagnostically speaking, it only relates to BPD. Do I agree with that? Hell no. It's a bunch of bullshit. Stupid, stupid, stupid DSM. It's always like way behind on the times. It's like everything, I feel like, with our world that's like federally funded or government funded. You're like, really? You're like living in 1985. But so self-harm can be associated with a lot of different things. No, it's not just BPD or depression. This is clinically speaking. I find, to be honest, the most common is trauma, like past trauma or abuse. That's the most common instigator of self-harm. A lot of my clients who struggle with it say they've gone through that in their lives. It can be any kind of struggle, because we know we use self-harm as a coping mechanism and a way to deal with it. I talk about this, actually. I'm going to tweet out, so follow me on Twitter. I'm going to tweet out. I was interviewed for this magazine, We Women, and they showcased me because they were talking about self-harm. And I talk about this in here, how the main reason is we use it as a coping skill. And I've talked about this with you many times before as well. But we use it as a coping skill. It's not just because we're struggling with one mental illness or another mental illness. It's something that we're using to manage other things going on in our lives. Period. Yes. Okay? Makes sense? Agree? Disagree? It's fair to disagree. You can let me know below. Okay, question number 3. Hey, Katie, I was wondering if it's possible to have more than one eating disorder? Question mark. Good question. Like, can you be anorexic and not eat food, but then still be bulimic and make yourself puke? Or can you exercise excessively even though you don't eat a lot and you make yourself puke? Can you have 3 of these eating disorders? Question mark. Thanks. And I get a lot of questions about this in general, like, but I do X, Y, Z, and then Z, Y, X, and then I do B and C and F. Does that mean I have an eating disorder? And of course, I'm just making up letters to talk about the different types of eating disorder behaviors, from everything from binging to working out to laxative abuse to everything. We can have all of those things, yes. It does not mean that you have the diagnostic criteria to have 3 different eating disorders. What they would lump us into, as we know, what I still call EDNOS, which now, and I still forget what it's called now because it's not. The DSM's stupid sometimes. None of the new name doesn't even make any sense. It's like eating disorder not otherwise met with criteria from other, I don't know. There's no shorthand. So EDNOS stays in my brain. So they would just diagnose us with the EDNOS criteria, because when we, and many of us have this, eating disorders shift over time and mutate. They're like little chameleons, and we'll start doing one behavior before when we used to never do that behavior, and then we'll stop doing one and we'll take up another, and we'll take them all up at once. It can be any kind of combination. And yes, that still means we have an eating disorder. Yes, you should seek help. If you worry that you have an eating disorder, if you're out there thinking, well, I don't know, but my situation is different, please, please, please seek help. Find a therapist, talk to them about it. They will be the ones that can tell you whether or not you're struggling with the eating disorder, but chances are if you are worried that you are, you probably are. And the sooner we get help, the better. But we can have any combination of any kind of behaviors. It doesn't make our eating disorder worse or better or anything like that. Don't let the competitive nature of it get in there, because it's a bunch of bullshit, right? It just is sneaky, and it changes and it morphs. And our diagnostic criteria is like hard and fast, and those two don't go together. Hence why if we have a lot of different symptoms, and it changes all the time, it's the EDNOS diagnosis. Okay, I hope that clears that up. I know it can be really complicated, but just know that it doesn't really matter. All of us have varying symptoms at different times, and if they're all happening all the same, it's oftentimes EDNOS. Okay? Now, the journal topic today is something I actually found on Tumblr. It wasn't sent to me. I didn't see any journal topics today, so please send your journal topics for tomorrow, either on YouTube or on my website, because that helps me out, and it also helps other people out. But the quote that I saw is by Kurt Vonnegut, or Vonnegut, I think it's Vonnegut. But anyway, it says, "Be soft. Do not let the world make you hard. Do not let pain make you hate. Do not let bitterness steal your sweetness. Take pride that even though the rest of the world may disagree, you still believe it to be a beautiful place." And I just really love this because there's a lot of shit out there. And I even tell Sean loves to watch the news, and I hate the news. I know, Katie, be more, invest in your world, know what's going on in the universe, blah, blah, blah. It's horrible. It's negative. It's depressing. I just don't like it. And so I love this because it's reminding us that we can be soft. We can be vulnerable. We can know that the world's beautiful. We can be rose-colored glasses. Is that so bad? I don't think so. I think that's a wonderful thing. So I would encourage each of you today to look for one shiny, hopeful, wonderful happiness thing that you know to be true, and you see it. You see a flower blooming. You see a mother kissing her child. You see a cute puppy dog. You see someone help someone get their groceries into their car. You see something sweet. Share with me about it. Share me. What? But share it with everybody in my community. Tweet it to me. Send it to me on Instagram. Send me pictures or quotes or whatever. Let's spread the positivity, because life can be dark and it can pull us down, but let's not let it. Let's fight back. Okay? Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be on the website and YouTube, so ask your questions there. Bye!